Hello everyone, today I will explain about education. Education is a structured process of acquiring knowledge, skills, values, and attitude through various formal and informal means, fostering intellectual and personal development to empower individuals and contribute to societal progress. The primary points of education include fostering intellectual growth, equipping individuals with practical skill, promoting critical thinking, instilling value, facilitating social development, and preparing individuals for active participation in society. Education aims to empower individuals to contribute meaningfully to their communities and navigate a complex world. There are several basic concepts regarding education, namely 1. That education lasts a lifetime or long life education. This is because educational efforts actually begins from the time humans are born from the mother's womb until they die. For humans, education is an obligation because from education, humans can have developed abilities and personality. So, it can be concludes from these opinions that education is a conscientious effort, not a hazard, so that one can become a responsible and independent adult human being. Why do people need to get education? There are several associations that make it possible for a human being to need education in his life. Namely, humans are born into the world in a helpless state, so they need help from the other people to survive. Humans are born and do not immediately become adults. In the other to reach the adult levels, an educational process is needed. In essence, humans are social creatures, so they cannot live without other humans. In essence, humans can be educated and receive education throughout their life. Education's goal, the goals of education in the country and another's will contrarily differ depending on the country politics, philosophy of life, and state's ideology. So, as Indonesian people, education has the following goal: to achieve a better life, to form Indonesian people who have attitude and behaviors in accordance with the value of Pancasila. To achieve this is through mandatory elements of education. 1. Student knowledge. Students are not always the ones who receive information from educators alone. However, they can provide feedback to educator and other students. In addition to knowledge processed by students can be different from other students. This can be caused by differences in educational environment. 2. Educator. Educators are divided into two types, namely natural educators, namely parents are the first educator since the individual was born into the world, and B. Professional education, namely teachers. Parents as natural educator do not do so based on the child will, but simply by nature that they must educate their children using different methods and rulers. Even in this day and age, quite a few parents neglect teacher responsibility as natural educators. The cause are various, one of which is not having time to interact with children due to being too busy working. The limited time has resulted in to the transfer of children education to state and society, or in the form of teaching profession. Teacher as a professional educator have accepted the responsibility to educate from various parties, namely parents, society, and the state or government. This responsibility is accepted on the basis of trust that a teacher is able to provide education that is appropriate to our student. Moreover, currently, becoming a teacher has quality a lot of requirement, not just a bachelor's degree in education. Having a Pancasila spirit, being democratic, being physically healthy, and several other requirements that a teacher must have. 3. Goals. Every education given the student must have a purpose. For example, so that students are good at speaking, reading, and writing. Arithmetic, so that students have noble characters, a love of nation and homeland, and others. The goals must be studied based on the needs and abilities of students so that the education process can be accepted as a good life value. 4. Educational content. The content of education includes everything that educators provide to their students in order to achieve education goals. The content of this education is in the form of material that must be adapted to the educational goals and abilities of students. 5. Educational methods in relation to education. This method depends on the ability of the educator concerned and educational facilities.